Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Find Me a Medium online live psychic readings. And tonight we have the wonderful Nico, who is doing trance mediumship for us. When I bring Nico on, he has actually already gone into trance, so his guides and inspirers will be speaking directly through him. We'll start off as usual with just an introduction to Nico and his guides, but they will often like to just give a short talk to us before we go into questions. Okay, so I'll just bring Nico on now. Good evening.
Greetings to you, my dear.
Would you like me to read some of the names of people out?
As you wish, my dear.
Okay, we have Karen Berry, Amy Louise, Linda Wallace, Brolick, Angel, Myra, Gloria, Kirsty Cook, all coming in and saying hello.
Greetings to all. It is an honor and a privilege being afforded the opportunity to speak to each of you, to feel your essence, and to connect through your hearts. I wish to open tonight's discussion with an awareness. The painter whom creates a masterpiece, the musician, a beautiful sonnet, the athlete, which acquires a level of success and accolades from its peers. What do all of they have in common with all of you? Each, many times throughout their physical lives, have experienced self-doubt, questioned their self-worth, and were overridden with fear. Yet what occurrence happened to set them above their peers in their realm, able to achieve the level which they did? Subconsciously, they have connected to the essence of their higher self, which enable them to set their fear aside and to trust their abilities within. And the more they trusted, the more they created, the more they accomplished. Now, as you shall notice this evening, most all the questions asked will be stemming from fear, stemming from self-doubt, stemming from confusion. We repeatedly join with you, not only to offer guidance, inspiration, courage, but to also offer you the insight that you already possess the answers to your questions. Each of you is able to create your own masterpiece, your own sonnet. Each of you possesses the ability to connect even deeper to our realm. Connect to the spirit essence of lost loved ones. Those spirits who are working diligently with you on your journey. And most importantly, to truly connect with the essence of yourself. For there is no greater connection, no pure outlet to receive the clarity and information you so desperately seek. It is a matter of trust as it is a matter of understanding. You are unlearning what you have already learned in your life. But trust, my dear ones, if you grasped this knowledge and held on to it, and were able to connect to your higher self with ease from the commencement of this life and this journey, when would you have experienced the lessons you have? Understand, my dear ones, you have all gathered here today, for you are ready to accept the knowledge. The time has come for you on your journey to learn how to reconnect with your higher essence. Trust in that, my dear ones, and continue to follow your path. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Such beautiful wisdom. Thank you. Now's the time for people to ask their questions if they have questions of spirit, or if you would like Nico and his guides and inspirers to link with people that are your loved ones in spirit. So straight away, I know that I've got Gloria, who is asking any messages from spirit. It's been 5 years since my dad passed away.
My dear one. First, my dear, there seems to be interference. Perhaps you are able to alter your device to lessen the interference coming through.
Should I read the question again?
None of my dear was speaking to you. There is noise, interference coming from your device, my dear. If we could
Okay, I'll
somehow.
put mute on.
Yes, my dear one. Much appreciated. And now, my dear one who has posed this question, 5 years seems as if it is an eternity for one who loses a lost loved one. I ask you, my dear, besides thinking of your father, have you been focusing on his essence? For each time you had memories replaying in your mind, spoke to him aloud, I am certain, my dear, that you perhaps sensed his essence. Perhaps something as subtle as a slight breeze. Understand, my dear one, your perception that your father has left is truly inaccurate, my dear. For his essence is always connected to yours. Therefore, you're always able to feel his presence. Most certainly, my dear, you're able to feel his presence even more powerfully as you undergo your difficult moments in your physical life. You're able to hear within your thoughts the words he would have spoken, the advice he would have offered. For this is his form of communicating to you, my dear. I am able to feel his essence, for it is not any trickery, my dear. It is because I am able to connect to your essence. And as he is connected to yours, I surely am able to feel his. We are all of energy. Energy is transparent, my dear. You wish to hear his words. It is not so much that you wish to receive a message. You miss hearing his words, my dear. So I shall allow him, my dear, to come forth and speak to you. If there is a particular question you care to ask him, my dear, you may ask it and it shall be voiced for him to answer it. My sweet girl, I have never left you. I am aware of your pain, of the difficulties you have lived through, unanswered questions, the way you view the world, how you view people, the longing in the heart. Most importantly, how you view yourself. I am always with you. You can feel my presence. You're aware when I'm around and even unsure how you know it. Don't question that. Trust in that. Allow your heart to open in order to feel my essence more. You are not alone. You'll never be alone.
Gloria asks, were you upset at the end?
Missing answers to questions. Anger, misery, fear, confusion is all part of being human. Listening to your heart is being part of your soul. The past is the past. What I have always been is proud of you. What I've always done was love you. Love yourself. Be proud of yourself. Don't worry how others perceive you. Don't consume yourself with how they treat you. That's just being human. There's so much more than that. And that's what I see clearly now. I will always be with you. I will always be encouraging you, lifting you high above my shoulders. And I will always love you, my sweet girl. Stay strong. Love yourself. My dear one, I ask you a final question. Upon hearing his words, did you not feel his essence, my dear? Feeling the essence is not necessarily a tap on the head. It is also the warmth in the heart, the knowing deep within that he is around. Trust, my dear, and recognize how he is continuously near you. That, my dear, should provide enough light for you on your journey. Hope when it is needed the most. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We have Elaine Ford who asks if your guides have any guidance for a deeper spiritual connection.
My dear, it is not my guides providing you this answer. It is your essence. It is essentially, my dear, you providing yourself the answer you seek. Your focus, my dear, within your connection consists of your mind remaining in your realm, on your environment, on the seat you are sitting on the smells in your room. And you, my dear, as many others, have the perception where the spirit essence will be joining you in your home and connecting to your essence. Now, my dear one, as true as that may be, it is also quite imperative to understand that this is a two-way street, if you will. One must also connect and blend to the essence of that spirit. But as many, my dear, in your realm have been taught, it is through the mind, through the understanding, through the specifics learned, the formalities, and then the connection will be made. What if, my dear, the new understanding, the new teachings of your realm was simply to remind you that your essence, which is in our realm, is already connecting on a much deeper level to those spirit essences who are working with you. What if I was to tell you, my dear, that that connection occurs even as you are asleep in your realm? And all one must need, my dear, to understand, to break through to the next level, if you will, is where to focus your awareness. For the connection, my dear, is not occurring on the seat you are sitting on, nor in the comforts of your home, nor in the comforts of the smell of the stick burning next to you. The connection, my dear, on the purest and deepest level is and always has been occurring in our realm. How, my dear, are you connected to our realm? Through yourself, the portion of yourself in our realm. The one who during the course of this physical life has provided you with intuition, insight of unforeseen circumstances. Also, my dear, the same one who is providing you the awareness of the sensations as spirit is drawing near, on the messages you receive through your various clairs. In order, my dear, for this connection to become even more powerful than you can fathom at this time, it is of you connecting, you purely connecting with self through your heart, through your humility, through vulnerability, with no expectations, with no judgment, with no fear. Essentially, my dear, all the characteristics your higher self possesses. And you are pondering my words, you are wondering how this is possible. Focus on your essence, my dear. Focus on your breath, for that is your essence. The more, my dear, you sit in your silence and you focus on your own essence, your own vibrational frequency, you will be able to recognize its pattern, its movement, its flow. And all one needs to do, my dear, is follow it. Purely, humbly, and honestly. And then, as the other essences draw near, my dear, reach out to them with love. As they embrace you with love and their essence, you do the same. Empower them with your love and your trust and all of your essence. And then, my dear, you will recognize that The awareness of your mind would no longer be in your realm. You shall hear the questions and the voices of others in the distant echo. And then your connection, my dear, will be even more powerful than you are expecting it to be. I am confident this has answered your question, my dear. But as you question the very words spoken, view that as an indication, my dear, of where your trust level is. Unconditional love and unconditional trust is the answer to your question. Then you will have blended, connected with your higher self, my dear. Thank you, my dear one.
Thank you so much for that. And Pamela echoes that good advice for all of us. Diane Johnson asks, how will I know when I'm ready to give trance mediumship?
My dear, this is a curious question. For you already, my dear, connecting. You already understand the essence of spirit, as well as you have offered them the use of your voice. I'm sensing, my dear, your question pertains more to relinquishing the ego, the power, the mind. I'm sensing your question pertains more to truly being the vessel within this form of communication. When your mind, my dear, is not traveling back to your realm, when it consistently remains in ours during the course of this communication, then, my dear, you will be aware that you are truly servicing our world. It is not a matter of trust, and that essence who is blending with you, connecting and sharing your voice. As it is, my dear, a matter of you trusting yourself, questioning whose words were truly spoken. Now, my dear, first, I would like to mention that the blend is considered a blend for a reason. It is still your physical voice, your physical words. But the blending, my dear, is occurring within your breath. This is where the essence of spirit is truly connecting with your essence. For without the breath, my dear, the words are unable to be spoken. So it is not so much your physical body as it is your essence. So it is, my dear, a joint effort of two souls. which make this communication possible. And as mentioned earlier, my dear, if you allow your awareness to shift to your essence in our realm and to remain there, then you would not question the outcome, my dear. Your expectations you place on yourself are created from your mind and your realm. We have no expectations of you, my dear. Only gratitude that you are allowing the symbol of your physical being in your realm to be recognized through your working hours. So the answer to your question, my dear, you have always been ready. The time has always been now. For you are always connected. There is no need for you to believe in your physical self, to place expectations or limitations on your physical self, to worry of how you will be perceived in your physical realm. For my dear, this has nothing to do with your physical self. Only your essence, only your breath, and only your awareness. Listen to your heart, my dear. You feel the love when it is a true connection. Trust in that and set aside your thoughts. For again, it does not concern any portion of your physical being, especially, my dear one, not your thoughts. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. There's some lovely questions tonight.
Wonderful.
Tanya Ryder has said, I've been told on many occasions I am a healer. Would love some guidance with this journey.
My dear one, let us take your question for a moment and put it into perspective. If I told you from our realm that you are a natural healer, I would base my words on the fact that your essence resides in our realm. We are of love. We are pure energy. We are of healing. If one in your physical realm mentions that you are a natural healer, to what, my dear, do they credit this observation to? Have they, my dear, truly connected to their higher essence? Are they offering you these beautiful words of wisdom through the realm in which the healing occurs? One, my dear, does not require motivation. Inspirational words and encouragement from another in their realm who has assessed a certain connection to our realm All one must need to do, my dear, is remember that you are a spirit essence within your physical body. So naturally, my dear, your essence, which is always connected to our realm, provides healing. Now, with that said, my dear, with the understanding that that healing is ciphered through from our realm to yours through your connection to self, with the understanding, my dear one, that it is pure, it is of love, and all of you in your realm possess the exact same ability. I ask you now, what version of the recipient are you in your realm? Which version do you wish to be, my dear? For if there is one version of you, my dear, who becomes irritated by another in your realm, speaks with unkind words, or retaliates with actions because their ego has been bruised, how effective of a healer do you perceive that version of you to be? Yes, my dear, each of you are natural healers in your realm. For each of you are natural healers in ours. But for one, my dear, to prove to be an effective healer, a natural healer, if you will, one must be more a reflection of the essence in our realm than a certain illusion of a physical being in your realm. Continue, my dear, to connect to your essence, to remember who you truly are. And then, my dear, the difficult portion of your journey comes before you to unlearn what you've learned, to break old habits, to not respond as you have responded, to see each in your realm as a soul essence, and to be more, my dear, like your soul essence within your physical body. And then many will be the recipients of pure and loving healing, and much more. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Julie Orkney asks, I never know how to cope with rejection and being used. As a natural born medium, I'm fed up of it now. I'm 60 years old soon.
My dear one, your choice of word, cope. Let us focus on that one sole word, my dear. For with the use of that word follows volumes of your understanding. You stated you are a natural born medium. which, my dear, I perceive as you have always sensed the ability to feel spirit, to receive messages, clarity, and knowing from our realm. But, my dear, have we focused on our own essence? Have you focused on why you have experienced such turmoil, experiences, difficult lessons throughout this journey? Let us, my dear, reassess with the words spoken. If you, my dear, have the ability, the natural ability to connect to our realm, this indicates, my dear, that you brought this ability with you for a reason. Not only, my dear, to be of service to our realm, but to remind you of the power of your essence. For a moment, my dear, focus on just that. A powerful essence, a connector to all, compassionate to all, loving, generous, encouraging to all. For true essence, my dear, is all of that. How will they understand the opposite? You enter this particular life, my dear, to undergo every difficult experience, every heartbreaking trauma, every tear shed, in order for your essence, my dear, to truly understand the emotions from another perspective, in order to gain balance and become even more powerful of a being in our realm. So rather, my dear, than view it as a negative experience, honor it as your essence would. Not only the experience, my dear, but most importantly, honor with true respect all those who joined you on your journey to make those experiences possible. For honor, my dear, is what you will bestow upon them when you once more connect with their essence in our realm. Alter your perspective, my dear. For the other portion of your journey is to understand that you who in physical form have lived these experiences, and now you are able to resonate with those who come before you suffering through similar experiences. So not only will you be a service to our realm by allowing spirit to work through you to heal them, but my dear one, your simple smile and understanding of their pain will prove to be more valuable to them than you can even imagine now. So my wish for you, my dear one, is to live another 60 years, but with a different perspective, to be that much more powerful in both realms. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Angel asks, can I hear from my son in spirit, please? As he was never born in earth, but I miss him too much. Thank you.
My dear one, I wish for you to bring your awareness to that precise moment you realized you had lost him. I wish for you to replay that moment in your mind. Recreate, my dear, the entire scenario for a moment. I am aware it will bring up emotions, but if you will, for one brief moment, my dear, remember what you felt. Remember, my dear, that pain in the heart, the difficulty breathing, the sense that you are in a dream state, the scream you let out, the shivers along your spine, the feeling of paralysis in your legs, the confusion, the anger, the sense of betrayal, the loneliness, the despair. Now, my dear, this beautiful soul essence offered you the ability to experience all of that out of honor, out of pure love to your soul essence, out of gratitude. That, my dear, is his message to you. There is great love. There is much honor and respect for you. For what he gave up, my dear, was an opportunity for his essence to grow through the experiences of a physical journey in order to provide your essence the clarity, the understanding of each emotion to balance and strengthen the development of your soul. So do not, my dear, ever feel sadness. Be proud that that connection was once more made between two beautiful soul essences. And honor that soul, my dear. And be grateful for all what you have learned in the moment that you perceived as one of the most difficult times of your life. Perception, my dear, in your realm is not always accurate. Most of the time, it's an illusion of the reality. Honor that soul, my dear, as that soul honors you. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. That was incredibly emotional. Thank you. Lisa Joe asks, have my guides a message for me?
My dear, there are many messages for you, my dear. But as any, their wish is to bypass me and to offer you the messages directly. So, the main message for you, my dear, is do not be content with the curiosity of what message your guides may have for you. Push yourself, my dear. Break down your defenses. Go past your boundaries and your comfort level. Go against your self doubt. And begin, my dear, to learn what you already know. Continue, my dear, to seek your own connection to them, to strengthen it, to honor it, to listen in the silence in order to receive not only the messages, but the clarity, my dear, which will unveil to you the course of your journey, which you perhaps may have forgotten. It is not only, my dear, the matter of sensing their essence, but there is so much more of a connection. You are perhaps hesitant to experience. So, a clear message, my dear, is to ask yourself why this hesitation, why the fear, and why believe the false teachings you have been taught. If one, my dear, can feel the essence of spirit, follow it, trust it, allow it to take you to the next door, if you will, and allow them to open it and welcome you. You possess the ability, my dear one. And there is much for you to gain as you continue your development and connect even more powerfully. This is a powerful message. I hope, my dear, wish you pay close attention to their words. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Well, we're coming up to our hour now. It's amazing how quickly the time goes. So I'd like to say thank
You
you to
always say
all
that. You
our
always
people
remark that, my dear. Every time you remark the same about time, my dear. Time, my dear, is also an illusion.
And it's so much of an illusion.
Yes, my dear one. But you see, time is an illusion, though this journey through your platform has come to an end. The words, the messages, the feeling of essence each have experienced shall linger way into the evening. So it never ceases. It's just a continuation until the next time. I offer my sincere
Certainly.
gratitude to each who have attended, and of course, my dear one, a heartfelt gratitude to you once more for allowing us to be present on this beautiful platform of yours.
Well, I would also like to say, as well as thank you to Nico and his guides and inspirers, is that there's been some beautiful knowledge and learning coming from the spirit world tonight. And if people would like to watch any of this back, they can find it all on YouTube, on the Find Me a Medium YouTube. And if you look under the playlists for trance mediumship, you'll be able to just have a read back, especially if you're one of the lucky people that have had message tonight and just want to revisit what the guidance has been for you. Okay, we've got some lovely thank yous there. So Caroline Breen and Diane Johnson, Gloria Jimmy Google, I haven't heard of that. Gloria has plenty of information on abilities. So thank you everyone tonight, and I'm just waiting to see whether Nico is able to come and join us. Hi.
Hi, guys.
Wonderful session this evening.
Beautiful energy. Thank you, everybody. Beautiful energy.
Truly is. Okay. So thank you again, and we will see you next Sunday night at 9 o'clock British Summer Time, and that's UK time. I'm not sure what time it is with you, Nico.
It's 11. 11. I'm 2 hours ahead.
Okay. So we'll see everybody next week. And mind, you're 11 in the morning, aren't you? Not 11 at night.
No, 10 p.m. I'm 2 hours ahead of you.
PM, 2 hours ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were in America. Okay.
I used to be.
Now
I'm on a beautiful Greek island enjoying life.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. We'll chat later. Okay, everyone. Thank you ever so much for joining us here this evening. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, everybody.